I on purpose got up super early this morning, way earlier than I normally do. I wanted to get the clear on the mirrors. Karen has some planting she wants me to do, and if there's any time left over, we have a Little League game tonight. Oh, it's going to be a busy day. But to be honest, I like busy days. I don't like days of just sitting around with nothing to do. But I do like to have every day different than the day before. I don't enjoy Groundhog Days. So the first part of the day, and I try to sequence this up at least in a way that makes sense to me. It looks like it's going to be paintable all day, but the first thing I want to do is get some clear on those mirrors. You know, and to be honest, I was so happy with the mirrors, the way they worked out when I rode the FZR. I looked out online, and I think I'm going to order a pair for this and get rid of these bar end mirrors. You know, the thing with the bar end mirrors, they look all sporty and everything, but you really don't. They're definitely not in a class with what I call the real mirrors. And what I always call the gold standard, the Suzuki mirrors. When you're riding a bike, it's like you have your head on backwards. And anytime I'm wondering what's behind me, good, bad, or law enforcement or whatever. And when I don't have those good mirrors, it's not the same. Now, as I was looking at the bikes, and I was looking, the mirrors on the 750 are the shortest. Maybe I'll just replace these with the ones I'm painting now. Again, what's nice about the mirrors, you can go back and forth, switch, change. And I'm looking over here how much higher the mirrors are on the FZR than the R1. And they're acceptable on the R1, but they're not great. These are acceptable, not great. Ones on the FZR, you really feel a sense of confidence when you can look on either side and see, especially going up main highways with trucks and people texting and whatever. Having good mirrors on a bike sounds like it wouldn't be a big deal. Well, as you get older, it is a big deal. And maybe you're smart enough when you're young. Some people are smart when they're young. I just wasn't one of them. But somehow I survived all these years to get into my mid-70s and still be able to enjoy riding bikes. It's a miracle. And you can see the long shadows here in Karen's garden, but every morning now we're at the point where we come out, walk around our garden, and she prunes and does her little thing looking at the flowers. I feed the fish. But every day now the garden is going to get just a little nicer than the day before, and we are working on it every day. We have things coming up that we planted a year ago, and things that rejuvenate automatically, and things I still have some more stuff to replant over there. But boy, this is going to be really nice. This is going to be her pride and joy. She's got purple ground cover, and it'll be nicer because that's where I paint. I'll be viewing a nice garden instead of that dead grass. Let me get busy. Now it looks like the mirrors dried up beautifully because we airbrushed them. We'll be able to go right over this with clear. There's virtually no orange peel at all on that. That's going to be beautiful. So it's just a question of mixing up some clear and getting this done. It's still nice and early too. And this is the clear that we've been using, I guess, the last couple of years with super good results. In fact, for me, it's time to buy another gallon here. So I don't think of any reason to change or experiment with other clears. This clear buffs out beautiful. It seems as durable as can be. I've even spilled gas at the gas station right on it, and it just wipes right clean. It seems like it's a good choice. And the numbers are 5172 and 5186. Now I'm just tack ragging these down. I really don't have to. If I had a lot of orange peel on here from spraying, which you don't with an airbrush, so a lot of times it's to your advantage just to use an airbrush just to minimize one of the sand outs. But we're pretty much ready here. Okay, what we're going to try to do is get 2 coats on, 20 minutes apart. That looks like it's going to dry up just beautifully. And yeah, maybe I'll use these mirrors on the 750. I'm just thinking they stick out about an inch further forward. an inch further to the side, and who knows? Sometimes an inch makes all the difference in the world on a mirror. If you could just, I know on Glenn's Ducati, he bought some spacers and moved the mirror out a little bit. I don't know if it helped him, but I don't want to move an inch. I want the damn thing out where I can see it. Now the trick I learned here, I want to put the second coat on wet. This coat is on, it's going to dry 20 minutes, a half an hour. I'll go have a cup of coffee, do something else, and put that last coat on wet. It'll minimize the amount of sanding and buffing I have to do on the final step. Now in sequencing up the day, that was the thing I wanted to get done more than anything, was get that clear on. That's going to dry overnight, of course. And now I can sequence up the rest of the day. But the first thing I have is a honey-do list. Everybody knows what the honey-do list is. And then if there's any time left over, I can play with the motorcycles. But you never know. Every day is different. And these honey-do lists get bigger and bigger as the summer gets here. And this is really a sight for sore eyes to have the bench empty. It means we're going to get riding. Hopefully once those mirrors get installed, we're going to be riding every day, I hope. I hope we're going to have a great summer. Now by getting up nice and early this morning, I can see we're going to have the better part of today. And there's no substitute for getting up early and getting it clear on, knowing that that's out in the garage drying and the sky is blue and it's time for honeydews. Coffee and honeydews. Honeydew melons. So now all the honeydews are done and we got just enough time to get a little ride in before it's time to go get the baby. This really worked out great today.